UK National Commission of UNESCO. I was leading the UK policy process of consultation on that. So we had a meeting 18 months ago. They produced terms of reference of a page. I was bringing together Association of Colleges and various other organisations, city and guilds, to talk about what should be in the report, then to comment on a first draft. And in November, we should be hosting the national launch of the GMR this year in the school. So I've been very involved in this process of thinking about these things, and one of the things I've got to do over summer is write a briefing for the Secretary of State in DFID about what all this means for British policy. So it's an area that is a current global policy issue, and because I've been working on it for 20 years, I've become quite involved in that policy process. So that's kind of the background, why this, why now. What I want to do now is do a very schematic review of the literature. And I'm going to be extremely schematic and extremely selective. I'm going to leave out strands of literature that I know some of you work in, but they don't fit my storyline particularly well. In the paper, I mention them in passing to show, oh yes, of course I know about that literature, but that's not my story. But don't complain that I don't know about it. So I'll try and deal with a few of those, but here I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to say essentially three main camps in thinking about vocational education training and policy. What's it for? Over the last 25, 30 years. And I'm going to go through each of these in turn. So the dominant approach, given that it's the dominant approach in global political economy anyway, is a neoliberal approach. And this has certain key elements to it. At the heart of it is human capital theory. That it makes economic sense for individuals to invest in their skills, in their education, because this will bring economic returns. And if you go into FE colleges in this country, you will very quickly see this is a discourse. You'll see the posters on the walls about, if you do become a plumber, particularly a plumber, you'll earn this. Here is the return on your investment. So there's a language about a return on investment. And I want to argue that this links very quickly into a language of productivism, which is a term that Giddens used in '94 to talk about how the world kind of puts the emphasis now on productivity, on formal work, and neglects other things. And obviously that's a very